How many vendors does it take to meet all your organization's food needs? Just one. EasyCater, the workplace food platform that lets teams order from a huge variety of restaurants, over 100,000 nationwide, all through a single vendor. In addition to all that variety, EasyCater also gives you full visibility of your organization's food spend with invoicing, centralized reporting, and seamless integration with expense management systems, all on one platform. EasyCater, your business tool for food. To learn more, visit easycater.com/podcast.
You can get the news whenever you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris.
And I'm Karen Moscow, here to tell you about our new on-demand news report delivered right to your podcast feed. Bloomberg News Now is a short 5-minute audio report on the day's top stories. Episodes are published throughout the day with the latest information and data to keep you informed.
Yes, there are other products like this from a variety of news organizations, but they usually rerun their radio newscasts throughout the day. That's not what we do. We create customized episodes that can only be heard on Bloomberg News Now.
And we don't wait an hour to publish breaking news. When news breaks, we'll have an episode up in your podcast feed within minutes, so you're always getting the latest stories and developments.
Get the reporting and the context from Bloomberg's 3,000 journalists and analysts who are all over the world. Listen to the latest from Bloomberg News Now on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen.
Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is a breaking news update from Bloomberg. Instant reaction and analysis from our 3,000 journalists and analysts around the world.
I'm Doug Krisner, and we do have breaking news regarding the Federal Reserve. Tonight, President Trump removed Governor Lisa Cook. This is effective immediately. You may recall last Friday, Trump said he would fire Cook if she did not resign over accusations of alleged mortgage fraud. For a closer look now, I'm joined by Bloomberg's Enda Curran. He is global economy reporter joining us from Washington, D.C. And it's always a pleasure. Directionally, if you look at the developments over the last week, this move seems to have been entirely predictable, does it not?
Well, it's fast-moving, Doug, no doubt about it, and we're into something of unprecedented territory here because we now have a president removing a Fed governor for cause, not something many are familiar with. So at the very least, there's probably going to be some legal debate over this, whether or not the president has the powers, whether or not the grounds are there for that, and of course, we have to await Ms. Cook's response. She said she wouldn't be bullied out of her position and has said she would come back with an explainer about the allegations of mortgage fraud in the first place. So there's a whole legal side of this that probably needs to play out. But on face value, the president appears to have removed a governor at a very critical juncture for Fed policy, at a time when key appointments are coming up for vacancy, at a time when the president is very critical of the Fed for not bringing down interest rates. So certainly it would suggest that if this vacancy does come through, it's an opportunity for the president to put someone in there who shares his view on the economy.
So last week we know that Bill Pulte, he is the head of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, referred this case to the Department of Justice for some type of investigation. Do we know whether that has taken place so far?
We don't have much detail on that, but clearly it's just been fast-moving since it emerged only last week, maybe mid-last week to where we are now. It's a pretty quick-moving exercise, but by all accounts, the president seems to have made his own decision on this, Doug. It's clearly going to come as a surprise, I think, to a lot of observers and analysts that it has reached the point that it has so quickly, and now that raises questions about where next. And as I was saying earlier, on the one hand, one would assume there's still a legal story in this to play out. And then on the other side, you have to ask, well, what does it mean for policy? Will this vacancy come through? And therefore, what does it mean for where interest rates are headed near term? So it's quite a significant moment for the Fed, both legally in terms of its independent standing from the White House, and of course on the policy front too.
Is there risk, I mean, at least from the point of view of the markets, that we're going to see much less independence on the part of the Fed?
Well, look, there will be a perception about this. Much will depend on what comes out of the the legal side of this, whether or not these allegations stand up in the first place, for example. But there certainly will be perception around it that it's more political pressure on the Fed for sure.
Thank you so much. Bloomberg's Enda Kern, global economy reporter, joining from Washington, D.C., helping us understand a little bit more about the breaking news tonight regarding the Fed. President Trump removing Governor Lisa Cook effective immediately. Last Friday, he said that he would fire Cook if she did not resign over accusations about alleged mortgage fraud.